my loves? It's your girl Diamond, and I'm back with my all new review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Let's get into it. Tiffany, she has a conversation with her adopted parents about wanting to find her biological father, but she's concerned about how they're going to take it because she wants to know where her history is. Her only blood relative is her son, and she's looking for any long line of hereditary diseases, any other history that she wants to find out. So, come to find out, her parents are super cute, super adorable. You would think that they were her own child because her father, to me, Tiffany looks like her father. Like it's crazy. Like they look alike. But her family is very supportive. She grew up in a very loving family. And then when she arrived, she tells him that her mother gave a name that she thought was her biological father. She was at work. They say they wanted to meet her. They do a blood test. He is not the father. And it left her with more questions than answers to find out, okay, who else is my father? Now, her mother went through the same thing. She didn't find out about her father or discovered him until she was in her late 30s because her mother told her she was Native American and she wanted to know more about her history. She didn't seek him out when she was smaller because her mom remarried to her stepfather, and from that point on, she viewed her stepfather as her father. And anybody else that she meets, she names him as her father. This is my dad. This is the man that's been in my life from the beginning. And I could understand and relate to that because I don't have a relationship with my biological father. Even though he knew me, I knew him. We just never had that relationship. My mother was pretty much the mother and father growing up until she met my stepdad. And I asked him when I was 8 years old, can I call him dad? And this is the man I've been calling dad ever since that point. I don't feel anything else but this man being my father. So I can definitely understand that. And the fact that he raised another woman's kid, oh, I give my father hands down, middle of the year, okay? And basically from that point on, she wanted to know more about her history. I keep on repeating myself, but that's pretty much where it's going. So her father felt like it was already enough to find out you were adopted anyway. I never wanted you to find out you were adopted this way. But even if she found out she was adopted, they were in fear that she would seek out her biological parents and never see them again. And they were very tearing up. She got emotional. But he knew that it was selfish of him to want to keep that from her because you do deserve where you came from. You do. But she is happy that they supported her idea. She was mostly concerned of her father's approach and reaction, but she's very proud to be chosen by them, to have raised her. Those are her parents, no doubt. And when she finds out who her biological father is, it's not going to change the fact that these are the people who raised her. These are the people that support her for everything that she does. And Lewis just came in and said, you know what? I'm happy that you guys are here. I'm happy that you guys chose her because I feel like you have family who you were born into and you have the family you were chosen. I feel like you guys pretty much were her chosen family. And even if she goes through this entire journey of finding out who her biological father is and never get an answer, I'm happy that you guys are still going to be here. And that made me tear up. That made me feel happy about it. I definitely enjoyed that scene a lot. It opened up more about who Tiffany is and how Tiffany really is like someone seeking out her identity. She doesn't know who she is. And I love that. I really do. So Tisha is in her hometown in Bessemer, Alabama to see her mom's food truck and see if Marceau will want to invest in her business. Now we see the food truck. It is a clunk mess. It is a debt trap. I don't like this food truck. It's terrible. It's old. It has a huge fixer upper sign on there. How old is this truck? How long has it been sitting here? What is the maintenance? What's the year on it? And she talked about who's going to work. Her niece will be the cashier. Her other cousin's going to be prepping the food. And her son, T-Man, will be the cook. But obviously, while her ideas are for the same, the truck needs work. You know, we got to work on the engine, the transmission, and how much is it to cost for the cost of the truck and maybe to fix the truck. The man said about $40,000. To me, that's a lot of money to either fix the truck and add more to buy it. You just need to go to another place and find a food truck like Brian did on Candy and the Gang. He wanted a food truck and he found out that a food truck costs about $70,000. If you add all of that to what Miss Wanda wants to do, that's going to pretty much put Marceau in the hole of almost $100,000 for what Miss Wanda wants to do. You need to find a food truck that has pretty much what you need. Has the equipment, has the type that you want, the type of style that you're looking for, and just move on from there. But he is not willing to be on the line for $40,000 or more for a food truck, for a business he doesn't believe is going to work. So basically, how long has the truck been sitting here? She said it's been sitting there for a whole year, but she started up and it took her about 45 minutes from her house to there. So she's going to be a traveling food truck, but the truck needs to run. So that means that you need to be able to make sure that the truck engine itself is up to date, has oil check, transmission check, engine check, brake line, all that needs to be looked at and fixed if need be. And he said, listen, if this truck starts up, you got your check. If it don't start up, we got a problem. She said, no, it'll start up. Just give me a new battery and it can start up. That ain't gonna work. Because Miss Wanda wants the money. That's all she wants is give me check in hand. But Miss Wanda is so hyped about getting this money from him. She's not thinking clearly. Because she just feels like, give me the money, give me the money. That's all I want. But Tisha and Marcel have a conversation about what are we doing? Why are we here? Are we giving her the money or loaning her the money? She said she's done her part, so we're the finance part. We're giving her the money. But have you seen this truck? It's terrible. But then she said, we flip houses, Marcel. We make it ugly, make it pretty. Okay, but that's fine. But dude, do you not see what else that we're going to have to think about than fixing this truck? We got to worry about the engine, the transmission. Fixing cars and trucks are expensive as hell. That's a lot more money. And if you want to keep on fixing the problem, that's a lot of money coming out of y'all pocket. If you got the money, you got 40,000, go ahead and give your 40,000 away. You ain't taking mine. And he said, I believe that we will be putting money out the window. Because what is the problem? I don't understand how you don't see this as a problem. And she doesn't have any business experience. And he feels like there's a red flag that you overlook because it's your mother. But like she said, her mom knows how to hustle. She knows how to get things going. But basically, listen, you just overlook all the red flags because it's your mom and because she really wants it badly. You're just going to say, let's give it to her. But it's a point for point because as much as he don't feel like this is a good idea, she throws it at him with, okay, well, you want to go back into business with Martell, who almost destroyed your family. And he also said, okay, fair, but your mother has also tried to destroy our family as well. My mom has not tried to destroy our family, Marceau. Tisha, she has and continues to do so. Because basically, your mom came up to me to talk about these rumors, talk about a picture, and they came to you, which prompted you to pull up at Black to ask me some questions. But basically, it's because of she's hearing everything. And it's based off what your friend said. Martell was the one who said the 20 women. He started the rumors. So basically, you were admitting, Tisha, that it wasn't Mel. It was Martell. But I still find it funny though. After all of that, that Martell was the one who started the rumor. You still find it okay for Marceau to still hang out with him. From that point on, where he's gonna go to the Atlanta trip next week. Next episode, he's gonna go to the Atlanta trip. So it is kind of funny, Tisha, that you could still give Marceau. Actually, you're not even giving Marceau the okay to hang out with him because he's gonna do what he wants to do. But from that point on, it's just kind of like you guys both make a point. Y'all made a point. And he's not going to move forward with this. What is her business plan? What is the execution? When has she drawn up in order for me to believe this is a legitimate business? Because if you put something in your as an investment, you're going to want to watch over everything. The daily operation, what's being spent, how is it going to fit with profit and margins? She says she's not going to be a part of all of that. She's just going to give her the money and move forward with that. But no, I'm not about to blindly trust your mother with $40,000 and more for a business that I don't believe is going to be a success. So do you trust your mom? She says she do, but she still don't. Basically, you want me to move forward with this, and I'm not moving forward with this. So what are we doing? She says she has complete faith in her mother because she's seen how hard her mother has worked before. She's a hustler, and this will be a great business for her. But Marceau, being a businessman, he wants to make sure this is a right business to be in. What details? Obviously, because what are we doing? He said, what are we doing, Tisha? What are we doing? Am I giving you the money or no? I mean, what are you doing? What? Because the details are not being understood here. And if she's being forced to answer right now, he will say no. I'm not giving you the money. That's to be continued. Tiffany and Melody are on their way to Utah, Alabama to discover more about Tiffany's past and what she's gonna do when she gets the answers, understand the answers, and what's gonna happen after she gets the answers. So all the information that they could have received got burned down or lost, so they have to go to a local newspaper. So the father that she thought she had turned out to be negative was the last person that her mother mentioned. Now that has been shipped and sailed. Her mother isn't talking to her anymore because she's worried how she maybe got the name wrong or she's ashamed. But she went ghost and let Tiffany in an area by herself because the man you thought was my father wasn't my father. So what were you doing? What else do you remember or don't want to remember? Maybe it's a painful memory. I don't know. But from that point on, just the history of the man who thought was her father. His sisters have breast cancer in their family. So it's pretty much like I just dodged a bullet that not being a part of my bloodline, but she is still in the dark of what else her bloodline could be. If it's not him, who else could it be? So the history of it all. And now we're back to the conversation of, do she want to have another baby? I have an IUD. I'm going to get it taken out, but do I put a new one in or I leave it out? What am I going to do? So Melody wants to know, what is Louis' perspective of having a baby? Tiffany tells Melody that Louis says Tiffany's too busy. She doesn't have any time for him. Melody said, you better listen, girl. Listen for a reason. He's not saying no. He's not telling you this for no reason. What is he thinking of? But because of the baby, she thinks that maybe that'll put more perspective into things. But if he says you have no time for him, what makes you think you're going to have time for a baby? She lays down that he still gets it. I don't know why he's making it seem as if he doesn't take the time for me or he doesn't get time with me when he gets it. I could go to work at 6 in the morning and I work all day. 6 in the morning to come home to 11 o'clock at night, and I still give him all the head that he wants, all the ass that he wants. So what is he talking about? What other reason of what he's not already getting? I'm like, damn. But Melanie said a baby's not going to start making enough either because you're going to have to still make time. If it's not sex, then what else is it? So what does Louis enjoy? She said he don't enjoy nothing. He don't like to travel. He don't like to do anything. So I don't know what else he wants to do. Okay, well, if a baby's in the picture, this man will definitely step up and volunteer to be a stay-at-home dad and hang out the house with the baby because he's not going anywhere. So don't know what the hell's going on between Tiffany and Louis. They have a block. They are lacking in community and quality time together. Like they are not meeting each other halfway. If it's not sex, then what is it? Louis is probably at a place in his life where he's ready to retire because they both have one child and both of them are about to be headed to end of high school, college soon. So pretty much he's setting out for, what are we going to do? We need to make sure that we're still having our time together when we're about to be empty nesters. They need to have more of a conversation of what else they need to talk about. Other than that, no babies needs to be in this conversation. And what else besides sex does Louis wants to enjoy with Tiffany? What else? Then throughout that time, Melody is yawning. She's getting sleepy. Tiffany's just talking, and then lullaby music in the background, which makes Melody fall asleep. Now, they probably woke up super early that morning, and I don't know how far Utah, Alabama is from Huntsville, Alabama, so that must have been a drive, and she just fell asleep. And I'm not gonna lie, I was like, y'all don't make it seem as if Tiffany is not boring. Don't make it seem as if she just talks somebody else out they sleep. Y'all know when it's like driving or being a passenger side and you're just driving and driving, driving, your eyes get a little bit heavy. That could have been what it was, but I'll move on from there. So they arrive at the local newspaper. Tiffany says she was born in 1987 and she's trying to find her biological father because she's from Utah, Alabama, and I believe her father is from Utah, Alabama. So let's find out more of the history. So they go through large volumes of books starting out in 1987. You see clips of Martin Luther King, you see the KKK, and you see a wide state adoption for teens, white teens. There was a lot of pregnancy happening around that time. And I wonder, was I a part of a white state adoption? Like really? Like it was a lot of teen pregnancies happening in the 1980s, okay, especially for white women. Then, of course, we find out more of the history of Greene County. Greene County was mostly a black county, 80% black. And this was pretty much when the integration happened. And whites moved away and created their own private schools, but they're not there anymore. So we're still dealing with a very different question. What happened? So the man that was giving out the history of Greene County, he said that if you were part of an interracial couple in the 1970s in Greene County, that would require lynching in the process. Now, I seen the comments of people trying to figure out what the hell did that mean, because they heard Tiffany say 1987, then they hear 1970, so they feel like Tiffany's getting her math wrong of not paying attention to, is she born in 1970? Is she born in 1980? What the hell is she born? She's older than what she says she is, so Tiffany is lying. I don't think that Tiffany is lying about her age, because y'all paid attention. She says she was born in 1987, but the man started off the history of interracial couples starting in the 1970s. So it carried on till she was born. So she's not lying about being born in 1987. That's just how the interracial couples were in the 1970s. So hearing from how lynching was still part of Alabama in 1987 could be a very scary and surreal thing to understand and figure out if my father was a part of that. Because interracial couples were still taboo in southern areas, especially in the South. Nobody still was comfortable or liking interracial couples around that time. So obviously they were afraid of what they heard, so they leave to find out who else can we talk to. So they see a man across the street. Melody goes up and say, "Let me unzip my shirt so we can get more information." I said, "Mel, stop." But while they were walking across the street, they see a man standing at the barbershop. Conveniently, we see the mic stand man and the cameraman already in place to get his words. I was like, y'all don't, come on now, y'all could have been a little bit more cleaner with setting the scene up. So the man's been here since 1969. And then she shows him a picture of her mother. He recognized her mother and the woman that she used to hang around with. And she was around a lot of black people. But when he met her, she was pregnant. So was she pregnant all the way, rocking through the streets? What happened here? And of course, it was the interracial couples. Did you hear of any lynching? And he said no. That's not what happened. I don't remember anything of that happening here. So obviously a lot more questions than answers. So they thank him for talking about what he know, what he don't know. And it was discovered that her mom wasn't a racist. She was hanging around black people and she got pregnant by a black guy, but who? So obviously what happened, because she was dropped off in Jefferson County. Her mother made her move to Jefferson County when she was too far along, pregnant. So obviously it's kind of like I got more questions than answers. I'm still in the dark, but I discovered little by little, but I still have a long way to go. I was definitely in tuned with what she discovered because I love history. Me and my mom love history, okay? And this definitely intrigued me because I enjoy stuff like this. But I'm going to move on. So we get to Tisha. She's back in Bessemer. Miss Wanda has a tasting event for her food. And we just see all of Tisha's family, aunts, cousins, uncles, all that type of stuff. Then we see T-Man, her brother that we met last season, and their cousin Tiffany. T-Man and Tiffany pretty much grew up like brothers and sisters, very close. We meet his girlfriend, Chrisana, is that her name? And he said, "We got big news." I said, "What's the big news?" "She pregnant." Oh, wow. Okay. The look on his girlfriend's face was she was not ready for him to say that. I didn't know you were going to tell them that. Why you tell them that? So she was really upset. Like, I'm going to beat your ass. Why would you say that? I mean, I didn't mean to tell your business. I'm sorry, but they're going to find out. Okay, well, I didn't want them to find out now. Why would you do that? So he comes back inside. Tisha can see how down he looks and wants to know what's going on. He breaks it all down. He is going through a divorce, finalizing his divorce, and jumped in a relationship too soon in the midst of that, and now she's pregnant. The look on Tisha's face was, huh? Are you serious? So I want to know, how long has he been going through a divorce, and how long has this relationship been starting? I just want a timeline. I need timeline here, people. And she said, "Have you heard of protection?" He said, "Come on, sis. We not doing that. We're not going back to the old days." No, it's not old days. This is still current in 2022. Protection. Wrap it up. Use your Jimmy hat. Okay? HIV is real. STD is real. What are you doing? You out here raw dogging females? Uh-uh. Uh-uh. That is very irresponsible of you. And the fact that you are going through a divorce, you're finalizing your divorce, and you're in a new relationship, and now the girl is pregnant. How far along is she? They just found out last week. They gotta wait for a couple of weeks until they know for sure, of course. So she's very disappointed in her brother, as she should be, because he's always complaining about financing, and now he's in this situation where he's about to be a parent to a relationship that we don't even know is gonna last. Like, for real, like, how can you be so irresponsible for you to jump in a relationship that you are not completely done with a divorce? Oh, that's just not gonna work for me. But obviously, he is definitely betting on this food truck to be a hit, because he's now on the line for another kid that he's got to pay for. So does T Man have a job? How old is T Man? How old is he? Because obviously, like, he must have lost a few chromosomes, because this man is not here for how irresponsible he is. So we see Bernard. Bernard is the cousin that be on Wanda's live talking all that shit. He's yelling to Marceau about how you call me Dominican. I'm not Dominican. Why you call me a Dominican? I said, what the fuck? What did he call you? A Dominican? He said, no, a minion. I called you a minion. I said, oh my God. Get away from me. Now, Marceau don't like Bernard. He don't like Bernard. He said, get him away from me, because he's just yelling and yelling and yelling. Bernard was loud. Bernard is like a male Wanda. Anything that might have been said towards Wanda that didn't catch it, Bernard comes in and has something to say about it. And Marceau said, Bernard, leave me alone. Leave me alone, Bernard. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. So then we see Tisha talking to her cousin Tiffany. Tiffany opens up with she's going through a divorce. And because this was after Tisha was asked how her and Marceau doing. She said, we good. We good. I mean, marriages have ups and downs, but we're good. We're good. So that's when her cousin said she's getting through a divorce and it's going through a lot. And she said, you are a part of a long line of strong women. I'm always here for you. Don't hesitate to call me, okay? I'm going to be there for you. Because now obviously she is now about to be a single mother of 4 kids or 5. It was one of those 5 children. She is now a single mother of 5 kids. I'm like, okay, all right. So then we see Bernard going off on Marceau about how he disrespecting the family because the comment that he made about how they're from the other side of the tracks. And then he calls him a controlling freak. I was pretty much shocked and amused that this was happening. I said, oh my God. Obviously, they seen the show. They've seen the episodes because he's going back to that time where he was pretty much called for that. So he wants to correct him and say, you can't say controlling and a freak. Either I'm controlling or I'm a freak. He said, either way, you both. And you got too many women. Again, I was just like, what the fuck is happening? Bernard, go somewhere and sit down. So they're questioning him again about the boys' trip to Atlanta because the picture that he posted. And the hotel where that was his back. And he said, was that my back? Do y'all want to see my back? Y'all want to see my back? No, we seen it too much. We seen it too many times, okay? And he said, stop getting y'all real news on Instagram and Facebook. And Bernard calls him a penguin. You look like a penguin. You look like a penguin. Oh my God, that was so funny. This whole scene, this whole thing had me hollering, shocked, appalled at the same time. I was getting annoyed with Bernard, but I was laughing at the same time. Oh my God. And then we got the other cousins, calling him out about what you doing, what you don't do, because we give you a question, you don't answer, you go around it. I see little twins or triplets in front of him because there's these 3 ladies. They look just alike and they're just going after him with the questions of what it is. Just clarify as a yes or no, please. And and then when he is asked a question, you hear Bernard saying, he's not going to admit it. He's not going to admit it. Then Bernard calls him a cheater. And he said, listen, normally the rumors I get, there's no way to disprove it. But the fact that they actually said they have something, now I got to prove it, because we're going back to the whole thing, how he took an Atlanta trip on January 4th. He said they have him say he was in Atlanta on January 4th and that he went out, he went this, he did that. But he said, I went for a location. And then I go inside, I take pictures, and I'm also there with Chris Fletcher. and we take pictures. And that's the day that I have proof. Okay, not even Samantha, but Marceau, you might want to go ahead and check with Chris because he said he wasn't there. He was in New York at that time of January 4th. So you might want to go ahead and stop with that part. Just saying. But to me, the way that he said when there are rumors, normally I can approve it. Oh, no, there's no way. You could prove a rumor by just saying it's not true. That's what you can do. So they believe that he had proof of something. About the same point in time, I see Bernard saying, "You're a liar. Look at his face." Then he said, "You know what can prove it all? A smell test." I said, "A smell test? What the fuck?" That was so nasty and crass of you to say that in front of her family. How they need to do a smell test. Believe with your three senses. You can either see it, hear it, or smell it. That's nasty, Marcel. Why would you even joke like that? I don't know if they caught it. That's what he was trying to say, but I didn't like that at all. And Bernard and everybody else said that's not enough. We don't believe you. Like I said, was he looking down at her family because he's trying to get them to explain? But the way he's doing his whole gift of gab, talking around it, not talking about it, he being just out there, just going off of simple words. That's making everybody confused. Then, like I said, this is the problem that we have. When we're asking you a question, you go around it. You escape the question and ask another question, which doesn't give us an answer. So he felt like I should have looked at that itinerary because it said, "Let's jump on Marceau." That's what it said. Let's attack Marceau. And this is all coming from her family that wants her to be loved and cared for. He said, "I love Tisha. I love her so much that I just provide for her on a daily basis. I provide just enough." And another cousin, the other twin, she said, "Listen, being a man is more than just providing. Are you protecting her? Are you giving her assurance? Are you giving her a way where she doesn't have to worry about looking stupid?" To me, she's looking stupid. And Tiffany asked, "Are you staying true to her?" He said, "Yes." So from all the rumors that we're hearing, and she brings to your concern, you don't believe you're making it worse by not defending it? You disrespect her when you don't defend it, especially when it came down to the 20 women comment. You never defended her for it. He said the rumors are false, but at the same point in time, it still leaves Tisha on an island by herself with no confidence that her relationship is actually good. Because she's still questioning everything. And can you look at Tisha's face when all this is happening? She is smiling. Did Tisha come in yet? Yes, she is. She's there, smiling, watching them attack her husband, getting questions, not getting answers, but they all coming out questions. It's just kind of like, Tisha, I will never allow my family to attack my husband this way. And even though you use your mother as your bulldog to attack other people for you, this is not going to be good for you. The fact that you're smiling, enjoying your family, attacking your husband about what he may or may not be doing. Like, there's no proof. We got no proof that Marceau has cheated. But the way that he plays into the antics, the way that he plays into the narrative, it doesn't save anything. It doesn't make him look any more guilty than he's already doing. No innocence there. And basically, even though he doesn't have to prove anything to him, he still needs to prove it to her. And she has not been proven otherwise that this man is not cheating on her. And of course, it just goes back to how, as he has your back, she has your back numerous times, where if someone wants to mention what her husband might be doing, she'll say, "Oh no, my husband is good. He'll never cheat on me. I got a good husband. I know what he be doing." In hindsight, she don't know what he be doing. She didn't know about how he took a trip to Atlanta. She didn't know that. And now this whole picture of him with his bag, she definitely don't know. And he said he can't defend the fact that my wife is telling everybody that my husband is a good husband. He's a faithful husband. You can't defend that? Really? And then, of course, basically, that's the problem that they have. You say you can't defend the fact that your wife is saying that my husband is faithful, my husband's a good man. You can't say, "Hell yeah, I am. I've never cheated on Tisha. I never will cheat on Tisha." What's so wrong you defending it with that statement? I'm lost with that point. And so basically, he said, if I was cheating, would I say no? I don't know, Marcel, why would you even ask that question? If I was cheating, would I say no? You will deny, deny, deny. But if you feel like this is a dumbass question to ask, then give a simple ass answer. I'm not cheating on Tisha. I never have. So while you can ask me, I will still give you the same answer. I've never cheated on Tisha. Come on now. So he's pretty much stuck in the corner of, if I'm getting asked a direct question, I give an answer, they don't believe me. If I'm asked a question indirectly, they don't like it. But I feel like you play on that game though, Marceau. No matter what I say, y'all not gonna believe me because you play on their intelligence, Marceau. You play on their mind because it's not that hard for me. I feel like it doesn't. Oh God. I said, of course you're gonna say no, but if you're not giving a full explanation when you're getting asked this question, it leaves your wife with more confusion. Because you should be able to say no no matter what the question is. It's a rumor. Just say no, but you avoid answering it. So basically, from that point on, Tisha said you brought us upon yourself. You're going to get questioned, you're going to get asked, and if you just stop avoiding it and answering it, you wouldn't be here. Even though the rumors are out there, but you have the ability to say no, it's not true. You just don't do it. So then that's when Tisha comes in and said, all right, everybody, I get it. I hear y'all. But look, listen. I am in a good marriage. I realize I don't have to listen to everything. And I am very smart. I'm not naive. Benar said, I beg to differ. When he said I beg to differ, I died. Because when she said, I'm not naive, I am smart, I said, Tisha, you just need to be quiet. Marceau does not like Benar because he don't know who he kin to, who cousin is he, who uncle is he. He needs to get thee away from me, okay? Because she said, if I need my question asked, I can research and get what I need without nobody's help. But then Benar mentioned how you went to counseling and he said he didn't need counseling. Because he likes to overtalk, likes to overrule. He don't want to listen to nobody. Benar, I'm going to have to get you when you're right because that's correct. He made you feel like going to counseling was stupid because he knew everything, but he didn't know everything. And Dr. Francis was on Marceau's ass. Where is Dr. Francis at? Dr. Francis, come out, please. Please come out, Dr. Francis. He was on his ass for that. Then, of course, Miss Wanda say, all right, everybody, come get your potatoes. Come get in line, get in line. The way that she was stuffing those potatoes, I don't even know what was in it. And then she put this red stuff on it. What was that? Barbecue sauce, cocktail sauce? What was that red stuff? That did not look appealing. It did, and I'm sorry. So from that point on, while everybody's getting in line, getting their food, T-Man tells Miss Wanda about he told Tisha his girlfriend was pregnant. Miss Wanda was like, what the fuck? You said she told everybody, but you telling me what the fuck? What was what? I mean, you kind of knew. No. You told me it was a possibility. We gotta make sure this was positive. Oh, Lord, get away from me. I already raised my kids. I'm not done with this shit. You need to figure that. Figure that, okay? T-Man was telling everybody how his girlfriend was pregnant. T-Man was excited to get that news out on camera. I'm like, T-Man, you ready to be on this show, ain't you? Like I said, this is Tisha Family Values coming into place. I'm telling you. It's a spinoff. I hear it. So, obviously, he keeps on talking about, yeah, we got to get this truck running up because I got to get these babies. I got 3 babies now. I got to get this truck on the run. So, T-Man definitely has a lot on the line to get this food truck running because he's definitely got a lot more to lose. In a way, because he ain't got no money. He is depending on this food truck to be a success. Then we're talking about the food truck again because T-Man brought it up how Marceau, we got to get this food truck running. Marceau said he don't feel like it's a good business. I don't think it's going to work. Benar said, you don't like supporting nothing. You always overlook for a way to just say no. Just say no. If you don't want to do it, just say no. Let your yeses be yeses and your noes be noes. Damn, Benar, you were on Marceau's ass. I ain't going to lie, though. When it came down to Marceau giving an excuse as to why he doesn't think it's a good idea right now, we should just wait. Benar said, listen, and that you don't want to buy it. Just say what it is. You don't want to buy the truck. You don't want to help. Just keep it a buck, bro. Keep it a buck. I'm not going to lie. You wasn't wrong with saying that, though. But at that point, it's kind of like moving on from that. And then Kiki walks in to be continued. Because Marceau said the tension that's already been building from this night with Marceau getting questioned is going to be continued from there. Kiki sat down in her fur and just smiled and just, that was it. Oh my God, y'all. Next episode going to be a lot, especially with that scene. Oh, I wish I would let it play a little bit more. I want to see the conversation starting, but I'm just going to wait. I can't wait for this. But y'all, that's all I have. Please stay tuned for my next video, and I will see you guys later. Bye.